All right, Zatima fans. Now, it is May 10th. As of right now, we still don't have a concrete release date for the spinoff series of Sistas coming to BET Plus. In my mind, I'm still thinking it might be August, once season 4 of Sistas is finally in the books. But who cares about when the show comes out? Obviously, a lot of fans want to know immediately. But remember, a fan actually brought this up in the comment section a few weeks ago. I did a video. Maybe we'll know something, next month at the BET Awards. I think they're in June, like late June. But the point of this video is talking about Zatima and why I feel this series is kind of set up for success. I do not know. These 10 episodes, once they're made available, they could bomb for all I know. I don't want them to bomb, but I'm speaking about the possibility. Once this show is out there, fans have access to it on BET Plus, and let's be honest here, people who will find another route to watch it, but regardless, I encourage you, watch it on BET Plus if at all possible. I don't know the stats of BET Plus. It's kind of like a lot of streaming services. People don't know until it's released into the general public. But something tells me that the more people who subscribe to the platform watch the show faithfully and legally, the better the chances of a season 2. Just putting that out there. But I think that Zatima has some foundational bricks in place that could definitely make this a contender for quite possibly the best Tyler Perry show of all time. That's a very bold statement to make when compared to the likes of the original House of Pain series, and as far as I'm concerned, the flagship of all Tyler Perry shows, The Haves and the Have-Nots, specifically in the realm of drama or dramedy, but mainly the first 1 to 3 seasons of The Haves and the Have-Nots, and we're talking quality. So I think what makes Zatima stand out is the fact that Tyler has a lot of writing experience from when he first started out to where he is now on Viacom. Yes, the argument could be made that a lot of his original writing for comedies like Meet the Browns and the sitcom format of House of Pain is better than some of the drama he's been currently producing. But like I said before, the first few seasons of The Haves and the Have-Nots shows he has the talent for writing a more drama-focused series. But at the same time, despite Sistas being in season 4 and The Oval already having 3 seasons in the book, none of those shows have come with a season that's strong enough to compete with the first season of The Haves and the Have-Nots. Yes, I've said it. I feel like a lot of people would agree with me too. Let me put it this way. When it comes to Sistas or The Oval, it's kind of like comparing, when you compare that to The Haves and the Have-Nots, it's kind of like when people want to say, Chris Brown is a better artist than Usher. But the argument could be made that, well, when you look at Usher, Confessions, that album alone is like the top of the Usher discography. Like, it's a solid body of work. Chris Brown has a lot of hot singles, but it's hard to say that Chris Brown has one body of work that can compete with a Confessions. He has I'm a fan of a lot of his earlier albums, like his first, second, and the self-titled, the exclusive album, Fame. They had a lot of great singles, but none of them, I feel, had that same level of notoriety or, quality as the Confessions. I feel the same way about the Viacom Tyler Perry era compared to the OWN era. The Haves and Have-Nots just has such a level of quality to it, first few seasons, I'll keep saying that, compared to the shows now. So, given that fact, Tyler Perry, again, has a lot of experience. On top of that, and I've said this before, I think Zatima is going to get the level of treatment and care from Viacom and Tyler Perry Studios that Bruh should have gotten. It's almost time for season 3 of the show coming out this Thursday in a couple of days. Yet, bruh, for some reason, never even got so much as an official Twitter or Instagram account. I don't know why, but every other Tyler Perry project, from Ruthless to Sistas to The Oval, they all have official social media accounts except bruh. I have no doubt in my mind that the moment a release date for Zatima is released, from our first promotional teaser promo when they put out like a official picture from the series, the moment that drops, we're going to get Twitter and Instagram. I have no doubt in my mind that Zatima is going to get that treatment. And then from there, it's going to be connected to the main series Sistas in the same way Ruthless is to The Oval. Yes, I know the timeline stuff is still wonky, but it's still connected. You had characters from Ruthless pop up in The Oval. Hell, we already know for a fact Zatima characters are going to pop up in season 5 of Sistas. Maybe even season 4, but we know for a fact that season 5 is going to have a lot of Zatima characters in it. And DeVal actually said it's possible you might see some Sistas cameos as well in season 1 of Zatima. Bruh, pretty much his own thing. It's the fact that Andy and Bellamy showed up in season 1 and that's it. Bruh's his own thing. Mike got a name drop in Sistas season 2 and that's all they did with that. So bruh pretty much stands on his own. Zatima is going to be connected to the main series of the #1 show on BET. So that just tells you right there, even if Zatima flops, at least Tyler knows he can fold back the characters into Sistas. So that's one like lifeboat or saving grace right there. Now also you have the fact that the fan power behind this show is going to be insane. Now, like I said before, fan power can be a fickle thing. It could be the driving force that makes something or someone, a song, a movie franchise, a book series, a TV show go to #1. But in the same vein, if you put out something the fans don't respond well to, folks are going to drag it. And like I said before, that's not my intention when I do my reviews on things. It's the fact that I'll give an honest opinion. I don't really follow the crowd. Like there have been times where I have an opinion about an episode of House of Pain or The Oval, and I'm like, look, I ain't really like it. I wasn't feeling it. People are like, are you nuts? That you gave it like a 4 out of 10. I thought it was at least an 8. No, there are times where pacing, character development, or character regression takes precedent over, whether or not it was a good episode. Like I'll say, man, this episode was good, but it really conflicts with this character's, persona over the past 2 seasons. It feels like a one-off kind of thing. But I do think that the fans are going to be there to kind of shoot this show to #1. Some fans are already speculating once Zatima drops, that's going to be a historic day in BET Plus where the numbers are just going to exceed all expectations. I mean, I think that even though numbers really didn't get released as far as I know, I think that when the Medea farewell play dropped on BET Plus, numbers on the platform surged. So I feel like the same thing may happen with Zatima, but again, only time will tell. And on top of that, just the anticipation factor that we know that at the top of the year, the show was filmed, but we're still waiting. I mean, think of it this way, like DeVal and his wife Kadeen are going on tour with the Deadass Podcast, live tour. And, that's great for them because, again, Zatima filmed earlier this year. Sistas season 5 already in the books. So a lot of the actors are working on outside projects, which is great. And it's interesting because they're going to move forward in their lives. And at the same time, once Zatima finally drops, it's just going to be a phenomenon in itself. So I really do feel like the last thing I really want to talk about is the fact that DeVal and Crystal have made it clear, they've really worked hard behind the scenes to fine-tune their characters' dynamic and chemistry. And something tells me that, I don't really know for sure, but when they made Zatima, I wouldn't be surprised if they had some creative input as well, to make sure their characters flow correctly. And not to mention, this is a comedy, so I'm not going to walk into it expecting the same vibe as a Sistas episode, which is a good thing. So given the success of the OG like House of Pain and Meet the Brown shows, we know Tyler can do good comedy series or sitcom like series. So as a result, I feel like when you combine all those things, Zatima is set up for success. Now, will it be successful upon its release? Again, only time will tell. There are going to be the diehard fans who are like just happy to see these two in their own show. But the important factors to really think about, like for starters, the new characters introduced, you know, like how will they blend with Zach and Fatima? Will their chemistry be good? Will people feel like there's too much drama? Look, we want to see Zach and Fatima happy. We don't need more baby mama drama or, you know, other outside force like women coming after Zach or men coming on to Fatima. But I feel like that's what's going to make the show good, because just seeing Zach and Fatima happy, while I know a lot of people would love that, I think that this couple is successful in that there's a realistic element to their dynamic, that real love in the real world has trials and tribulations. It's a matter of, can you and your partner make it through the bad times, not just live for the good times. So that's why I think Zach and Fatima have succeeded on Sistas thus far. And as we move into their own spin-off series, I really hope that we see more challenges. But I remember doing a video recently about, you know, giving Zach a break, but that's mainly in terms of him getting into legal issues and getting locked up locked up in jail. So that's really, you know, all I have to say about this topic. I think that in theory and based off what we do know, Zatima is set up to succeed. It's just a matter of, will the show deliver? And to be honest, I have faith that it will deliver. Just know that when I review it, I'm not pulling punches. So let's just wait and see if we get any kind of news update in the near future. I'm not in a rush. I'd much rather get a Sistas Season 4B teaser trailer soon. That way I can break that down and have something to talk about until the show comes back next month. And then maybe we'll get Zatima info next month. Who knows? So thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel.